Alright, we are back. Start from here. We'll turn our shuffle off. And we're going to try again. If the internet cuts out again, then this might be the end of the run for this stream, but we'll see how we go. I would like that not to be the case, but the internet is playing up today, so we'll see how we go. So I have got my YouTube set up. It doesn't have it doesn't have anything posted publicly yet, but it does have a lot of content ready to go on it. I'm trying to decide at the moment what I do for it, because I have this weird channel of like art on the one hand, which is super important to me, and then I've got this like variety streamer gaming stuff. And it would be way easier for me to just push out everything without actually going in and editing anything, which is a possibility, but I'm not sure a lot of people would want to watch that necessarily. And then the other option is to curate things a little bit more by basically going in and like editing all the funny bits for the gaming stuff, and then leaving my art stuff up. But I kind of feel like that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The other option potentially is, or one of the other options, I guess, because there's multiple, But one of the other options would be to have the art stuff be edited down into like time lapses as an option, which wouldn't be a bad option at all. So that's a potential for things we could do. But it all kind of hinges on what people actually want to see. Because there's no point in me creating this content for online if sort of no one really wants to watch it, or wants to watch it in that iteration of itself. And part of that's going to be a trial and error thing, because my reach isn't huge at the moment, and with that being the case, it's hard to tell what people want, because the more people that come in will change the content, because different people are going to want different things, and we're going to lean into certain things as opposed to leaning into certain sort of others. And I could just do what I would enjoy, or what I would want to watch. But there is sort of, to me, a weird disconnect in that of like, if I just make content for me, is it going to end up being like worth the effort of doing it? Anyway, that's a question for me, I guess. What do I want to do with all this? For the moment, I think I'm probably just gonna release some of the long form content, and if people watch it, they watch it. If not, then they don't, and then if nothing happens with it, we'll change tactics, which seems like the reasonable option for the moment. Hey, Relay, how you doing? Joined the digital artists of Twitch Anime Porn Fetish Club? Yes. Yes, you have. That's where all the money's at, I'm told. So, you know, leaning into it. I was thinking if I just lean really heavily into the feet thing, that I might make money out of it. Just do close-ups of feet all the time, and I'll make, like, fuck tons of money. That's how it works, right? What's going on in this image? This image is a sexy mushroom. The same as the other sexy mushrooms that we did before. Stream has disconnected. 18 minutes ago. No, still connected. That's fine. That's what's going on in this image here. I hope you enjoy it. I made it specifically for you, really. How you doing, buddy? I was just mulling over the questions in my head of what I should do with my socials, my various socials, because I now have a reasonable amount of video content that I can pull from for various different things, but in doing so, I'm going to be leaning towards one thing or another. That finger is kind of awful. Terribly done. Anyway. Cody Shibby's creepy show and teleprompt for this week is feet. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot of content that I could be putting out there, but I'm just trying to consider what the best format that would be if I do, like just releasing the long form videos that I've already got, because I have got a lot of those now, or if I edit them down into something that's a little bit more palatable and consumable. And if I do that, what that ends up looking like, that can move down a little. There we go. Yeah, what that ends up looking like, and whether or not people will actually engage with it, because it's a lot of effort to edit some of these things down. But people might be slightly more interested in a time-lapse video of my art rather than me just ranting for hours while I make art. And the art making is for me. I just make things that I enjoy making. But all of this streamy stuff is supposed to be for you guys, so I'm trying to think what would be worth putting out there. Your TikTok only gained momentum when you started posting non-art videos. How you doing, Zone 3 Gamer? Holy booty, that's a booty? That is a booty. Check out that booty. Yeah, I think that's it. I think TikTok is already a short form thing anyway, so it's sort of difficult with that one, because everything would have to be short form regardless. I'd have to do like short time lapses of things, or things that are a little bit more like middle ground, little clips and things. Got some Dali influences in here. Well, we're going surrealist. We've got Mushroom Lady. Our previous surrealist pieces, we've got Mushroom Man and other Mushroom Lady. So we definitely have a theme going. I'm liking how bright this is, actually. Oh, that's the wrong layer. Goddamn digital art. You dig it? I'm glad, man. This will become an art print. You'll be able to purchase it, and then you can do whatever you want to it. Only you will be able to judge yourself. He says you're doing anything other than hanging it on your wall. Gotta have something to remember these days. After I get famous and whatnot. Yeah, well, that's the hope. One day. One day we'll get there. Gonna get famous and bring you all with me. Not arrogant at all. Oh, shit. Hey, this stream is sponsored by Lizzie Bell. She's definitely human.
I am, it's true. What you heard is correct.
Alright, let's clean up this hand. Quench! No, we don't quench around here, we do hydrate! But there's our self-care, so... Cog's all about that quench. That quenchy quench. I still don't have a quench command? No, that's Cog. I don't want to steal his things. I want to steal his thunder. He was telling me for ages to get one as well, though, so... Totally fair. If he was paying attention in chat, he could yell at me. But he's not gonna, because he's not here. He's busy doing other things. Wahahaha. Got away with it. Alright, let's fix up this hand. Don't know what's going on in this hand. There's a lot in this picture that I kind of rushed through, I think. Probably could have done this a little better. But it still looks pretty good, so I'm happy. Instagram is still the place for artists, you reckon? You got more traction with Reels than you ever did with TikTok? Yeah, that's what I figured was probably the case. So, I think my plan is going to be Instagram with images and Reels of like short form stuff, a couple of like time lapses and things like that. Where is my line here? There it is. Q. And then we'll see what we can do about the YouTube stuff of the long form thing. First time you made a video about technology, it blew up. You've had a number of videos with varying content that you've seen go big. None of them drawing videos. Yeah, I've heard art on the various platforms is a difficult one to maintain. There isn't a whole lot of love for the art. Instagram is definitely more tractionable for artists. People don't necessarily want to see the process on TikTok, they want the finished piece. Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot. I've seen a lot of, like, TikTok videos where it's like, it'll be line art to begin with or a sketch to begin with, and then they do the, like, using a brush to go from the layer, the original layer, to, like, the finished layer. And I'm like, I'd rather see you actually like sit and make it. But I don't know, that's me, I guess. I guess that's the difference, is me as an artist versus like what a non-artist would be interested in. Follow and watch Reels from a guy that does time lapses of his video carving things with a chainsaw. That would be cool. Yeah, I think the traditional art time lapses probably would do better. So that's probably what I would be doing. Just something to do with all the content that I've got. Got some long form videos, perspective drawing up on YouTube soon. Yeah. I'm world class, so I do me. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. High praise indeed. High praise indeed. Ugh, I am butchering this hand. Let's see what we can do. Most successful art video channels on TikTok are either teaching or it's something visually stimulating. It's one where they paint a shape in water and then dab it with ink, naturally blooming out to fill a shape. Yeah, I guess the trick with it is like doing something that's different or unique, which can be difficult because, like, how unique can you possibly make your stuff without like entirely changing your entire format? What is this? Oh, it's part of the drop shadow. That's what it is. Just wasn't fully erased. Yeah. Definitely hit a wall with your art lately. Your brain's been stuck on surreal eyes. Haven't been able to get into New World graffiti style. It's kind of bummed you out. The best thing I find for when you get stuck in like a mood, when you get stuck in something that's not quite working out, is to go back to something else that, like, something you haven't done in a while, but you're particularly good at, and then work on trying to make that just like muck about with it. Like, don't make it anything too serious. Don't make it anything that like you need to spend too much time on. But just to get back into making something, and making something that you know you're going to be good at making. And sort of, as long as it's something that you don't actually care about, because it's not for something, it's just for the sake of making a thing. And as long as you don't stress too much about how it's going to turn out, you can churn out something that looks pretty decent, and that kind of gets you out of, or at least has in the past gotten me out of, a lot of like drawing funks or art funks where either the ideas aren't coming out properly, or you know, there's a particular style that you're struggling with. Because yeah, I've definitely had that before, that sort of drawer's block, writer's block. Despite TikTok banking on their algorithm to give you content you like, the first gauge of a new video is how it rates with completely random test audience. So unless your video has mass appeal, it'll not get pushed even after the algorithm works out that artists enjoy your content. Reels seem to work in reverse though, where the algorithm is confident based on your caption and hashtags of what you're confident is, to push it without testing it to everyone. Interesting. There are some awesome art streamers right there. All of those are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. So go and check them all out. And there's my Instagram, which I'm pretty sure you have all seen already many times. And there's the Discord. You're most welcome, Relay. Keeps walking past and shaking her head at the screen. Hey. She reckons you watching porn again. Look, the heart wants what the heart wants, man. Should I make one of these custom for her birthday? Her next birthday? Mushrooms is a thing, apparently. Yep. Well, lots of people like mushrooms. That is definitely a thing. You can go with the bird drawing, see? Exactly. Terrible. It's a nice fat ass. It is. I did a good job of it, I gotta say. Didn't do a bad job of studying anatomy when I was at uni, that's for sure. Did I see your marketplace score on Instagram? I did not. You'll have to enlighten us. Set of 36 polychrome color pencils for 25 bucks. Oh, score. That's what you want. Old rich Karen who bought $100 set of artist pencils to do adult coloring books. Hey. Yeah, that's always the best one, when you like find somewhere or someone who just like overdoes it consistently. Getting ready to buy a set of 124 multicolored shade micro pens. Ooh. What brand? Where's my highlight color? You say you're looking for is relatively cheap, 140 US dollars. Definitely off-brand, never heard of them before. That's fair. I mean, I've found some, like, great work with relatively unknown brand pens and markers and stuff. I think it's sort of, as much as it's nice to have really good stuff, you can get by with some relatively okay stuff. As long as you're sort of willing to put in the effort of making it work for you. You drew your first piece with polys last night on stream. Never realized how they blended because the polys are only set of 12 and there's not many close colors to one another. Yeah, fair. Just not sure if you want to dive into a set that's inclusive. Since you're learning about digital art anyway. I mean, it's always good to have... I find it's always good to have the... it's always good to have the traditional art backing within digital art. People tend to do much better at their digital art stuff if they have a strong traditional art foundation. And you can pick that foundation up quite easily. If you consistently working on it. How's that for a drop shadow? That's looking okay. Hey, self-care, make sure you're looking after yourself, everybody. Have a drink, have something to eat, have a rest if you need it. You don't think you'll be changing your digital drawing pad for years to come. So solid. Still considered top of the line even though it was released in 2017. I believe mine is from like... 10 years ago? Yeah, my pad is pretty old. I'm using Lizzie Bell's at the moment. And it does the job. Does what I need it to do. Which is good. Alright. Let's clean these up a little. Pad tablet technology doesn't change much over time. Yeah, it doesn't. I've seen all the really nice ones with like screens on them, like they are themselves the screen that you work off. And that seems like it's, you know, a reasonable thing to want to do. But it is hard to imagine that, you know, that would make things significantly better. I think I'd get rid of all of these and just start over. Not quite happy with them. You got a couple of pieces that were commissioned, but you haven't started because of artist block. Oh no, that's terrible. But you have no specific delivery time because they're good friends. But you can't keep going that way. Yeah. With commission work, I find you're better off just starting and having to redo it, because in starting something, you'll have a general idea of what you want put down on paper, and then that usually starts to get the flow going, at least just a little bit. So I do a lot of these, which are like just rough sketch drawings of things that like I want to do. So for example, that's the morale. This is our lovely lady here. And this is like another design of one that I want to do. So starting up something just to get the ball rolling, get things moving, I find is usually a good way of like hedging your bet with your brain, I guess. Trying to sort of force something out. But it's hard, I get it. It's a difficult thing to be an artist. Do you find non-display better because it supports better posture and you don't block the view of the screen with your hand? Yeah, so it's a weird dynamic, but like having both screens. So I've seen a lot of people who have like a digital display pad in front of them, and then they have their screen in front of them as well, and they're doing a lot of the drawing off what the screen is, so they're using it like a regular pad. But then if they need to do fine detail, because we used to, as traditional artists, at least as much as I've seen, we used to sort of being able to sort of go in and do each sort of little line, as opposed to having to transpose your hand movement to something devoid from being really close. But I haven't used one, so I don't know how much that is the truth of it. But that's what I've seen people doing, is sort of trying to trying to reorient the brain a little. Your biggest thing with digital art is not looking down at your hand while it's drawing, so your brain loses the orientation. Yeah, exactly. There's a learning curve. Yeah, once you get the hang of it, once you get the practice of it, it's not as bad. But for things that like really need like hyper detail, sometimes it can be easier to just actually have the image there for you to work off. Especially if you're doing a lot of like going back and forth between traditional art and digital art. That's where I can see it would be an issue. If you spent ages just drawing digital art, it wouldn't be so bad, because your brain would rewire the hand coordination. Whereas if you were swapping back and forth like every other day, digital and then pencil drawing, it would be much harder, I think. Or at least that's what I've found in it. It's much easier for me to continue doing digital drawing than it is to swap between pencil or pen and digital, like traditional and digital. because there is a kind of like a brain reset moment. You just spent a month drawing every day with it, just mucking around like you would a sketchbook, and after that it felt like second nature. You found you could also draw with your mouse after learning the rhythm too. Mice is... yeah, using a mouse is a weird one. I almost find that there's less of a difficulty swapping back and forth between mouse and traditional pencil. Because they're so different in their sort of mechanical technique, I guess would be the best way of saying it. That your brain doesn't super associate the two together. That is too similar in space. To randomize this pattern a little more. There we go. You're one of the weird ones that flips your work in all different directions to work on different spots. Yeah, I do that too. I actually have to just try and stop myself from doing it on stream. Whenever I'm working with traditional art, because I'll want to spin the canvas around to try and work in different sections of it, to get a better angle of attack, and yeah, that's a difficult one with digital art because it just doesn't work that way. Mrs. Relay is humming Careless Whisper as she walks past. Do we have to put some Careless Whisper on? Alright, so... I think what we do here is we rub out some sections of our lines to put in some little bumps, some flashes of white. Don't know what these would be called. Ridges, I guess? On top of the mushroom. But which version of the song? Ah, that's a good question. Which is your favorite? personally like the Wham version, just for listening to. George Michael's version is Baby Making Music of the Gods. Fair. Sounds reasonable to me. Alright, let's have a look at that. That's looking pretty good. They look small enough to be strawberry seeds? Yeah, a little. They're the wrong colour though. Because they would be... yes, white sections but with like a black dot in the middle of it. We should clean up this this background a little, I think, before we start heading anywhere else. Throw my mess around. Translation Mushroom Lady. Colossus's wife. What do you think? Translucent looks better. I kind of like the soft color with the detail in there. Doesn't actually look half bad. It is a very weird dynamic, but I don't dislike it. I have to change some things about the background though. Ugh. This is the problem I have. This angle, like doing that angle, never gonna turn out straight. There we go. It's a little better. Mainly I want to do something about this window. And then we'll, I think we'll darken the room up a little. Just a little. Better with colour, but the translucent looked cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. We're going back to the start. We have. Alright, well let's just play again from our new fun music. We are listening to Epidemic Sounds. Ugh, I'm making a mess of this. That's alright. That's alright. gonna make the room dark for more creeps looking in. That's it. Wouldn't want our poor mushroom lady to get perved on. Lizzie Bell is sat watching a show.
Hi.
There she is.
Who am I speaking to now?
You're speaking to Zone 3 Gamer.
Hello.
I'm
chilling. I worked all day.
Yeah, she worked all day. She's been working very hard recently. So she's...
I'm a nurse. It's COVID times.
Nursing COVID times, yeah. And Cog is lurking a little. He's been going through some family dramas today, so he's taken the minute to chill, I think, and chat to some other folk just in the meantime. But he's still around. There he is in the chat. But it's always good to hear from all my peeps. Ugh. I would like to not fuck up this line over and over and over again. My hand just doesn't go in that direction. This is why I want to be able to turn a pad, because I could do a downward motion really easily. But it just doesn't translate like that. This is why I guess you would have that digital screen tablet. Because then you really could just turn the fucking thing over and go down. You're having some fam stuff too. Your aunt passed away. Took the day off to work on your mental state. I mean, that's totally fair. If you need it, you should absolutely take the time. Because, you know, having an emotional response, any emotional response to a family member passing away is reasonable, entirely reasonable. I know a lot of people who are like, no, just get over it, just like soldier on, and I think that's stupid. Like, that doesn't help you, that doesn't help anybody else. Just repressing the feeling and trying to move forward with things, not actually that productive. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope it wasn't too painful, too drawn out. Normally you are that person, you just move on. This one hit you hard though, so you definitely need some me time. Yeah, absolutely. And you deserve it too. Go for it. Have the me time. It's totally reasonable. I'm gonna go over these. You're here with your friends. Exactly. That's what you need. Well, you know, if you need anything, if you ever need to, you know, sit and chat about stuff, do let us know. That's what we're here for. No worries. Yeah, you can PM me, or obviously you can chat in the chat if you're willing to talk about things publicly. But if you're not and you need a little bit of extra support, the Discord is a great way to grab us, or just feel free to PM me at any point in time. I'm more than happy to have chats about things and try and work through some stuff if you need it. That's what we're here for. And I would like to hope that anybody in my community would do the same thing for people in need, because we're big on the self-care. We're big on the looking out for each other. All right, how's that looking? It's looking pretty good. All right, and then let's darken the background a little. I haven't even got off the ground in the tattoo world, which is disappointing, but is kind of to be expected. I live in a very small town with not a lot going on. So yeah, it's been difficult to try and find tattoo work. And it's school holidays at the moment, so I haven't been teaching much. I've been house husbanding mostly, which is good. I enjoy house husbanding. Yeah, it's mildly annoying that I can't get a apprenticeship at the moment. But out of the studios in the area, 3 or 4 of them already have apprentices. 2 of them have 2 apprentices for 1 artist. So definitely not getting my foot in the door there. And then the others are just, busy doing their own thing, so they haven't, had the time or want to take on an extra person, which is reasonable because it's not an easy thing to do. But we'll get there. We're going to keep pushing through. There is my Instagram again. It's understandable then. Hope it gets off the ground. It would be fucking awesome. I would be so happy with that as a career for me. But I do sort of just have to get lucky enough to get into it. Is sort of the thing. So if we didn't have attachments where you are, I should come there. There's like 12 shops within 20 minutes of your house. Yeah, well, if we move down to Melbourne, there's a lot of shops in Melbourne. If you're willing to do a 35-minute drive, I would regularly drive about 35 minutes to work when I'm teaching. So yeah, that's not an issue for me at all. Your best friend lives in Melbourne. Hey, hey. And there you go. Yeah, we're at the moment we're saving up to buy a place, and then when we do, oh, ad break. I won't say anything interesting until you return then. Yeah, and we're back. Wonderful. Yeah, we're saving up for a house, so that when we move down, we will just already have the house there, which would be much nicer than having to struggle our way through with renting and all that shit. Especially because we've got Tia, so that can be tough. Alright, this is looking pretty good. I think we're about done with this lovely lady. So we started with something that looked like... That's what we started with. Then we added in our tone and our shading, drop shadow and our back shadow. And then we put in our back one. So with our lines gone, it doesn't look too bad. We've got a lot of our definition put in there, which means we did a good job. Happy with that. Happy days. 10:10. I think we'll go for a quick bio break while I save this, actually. There we go. Alright, quick bio break, and then we'll be back and do a little bit more out before we raid out to someone else. Alright, so I will catch you all in a second.
Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Alright, we're back. So we have finished this lovely artwork. I'm just going to export it. So we also have a nice copy that we can post somewhere. Cool. So I think we probably just continue on. The next one we're going to do is probably this lass or these two gents. I think we probably do this lass. This is going to be the bridal veil stinkhorn, which is what the mushroom is called. We want a 5. We want it to be portrait. There is our image. Let's chuck a bunch of layers in. So this is going to be background, shadow, color, tone, shading, question marks for now, and line art. Cool. Alright, let's take this and chuck it in here. Something like that is what we're going to have. Actually, what I'm going to do is take that out of there and chuck it in here, because we're probably just going to get rid of this. We're just going to get rid of all of this in the end anyway, so we just want a clean line art. I'm going to get a picture of the stinkhorn up, actually. Bridal veil stinkhorn. It's kind of more Morellish than I had originally envisioned. I'm going to show you guys. There you go. What I'm looking at. So like this one. Oh, that's not doing what I need it to do. There we go. This is kind of the idea of what we were going to go with. But it's got the very sort of morel pattern on the top here. So we might actually need to change our design a little bit. It's a little closer to what we were thinking. Let's see if there's any other veil mushrooms. Nope, that's pretty much it. Cool. Alright. Well, yes, that does mean then that we're going to change the top of this. Because that's sort of no longer the plan. Cool. So instead we've got this kind of high top. Actually, that's a good point. I need, not there, probably just above the shading layer. will let me. There we go. We're going to add another one, which is the veil. Alright, back to the lineup. He's freaking out because it's windy and the door's opening. Now our colour was sort of slightly tinged yellow, a little bit more of an earthy brown. So sort of there-ish. Start that as our base colour. See how we go with this. That might be a little dark, but that might make an interesting contrast between the veil, which is going to be pretty light, but yeah, we're just starting in with our blocking our color. And then we're going to go in and refine our shapes out. It's just to get a general gist of where everything is going to be. glad my internet has not freaked out and died. Alright, so that is actually not there. That's our mid-tone for body. So we want something a bit lighter, something a bit darker. And then we're gonna go up here probably for our cap. This cap is gonna need a lot of fussing because we're gonna texture it pretty heavily. So we might actually need 4 color points for this one. All right. We might now consider what we're going to do for background. I'm just going to chuck it in this same brown color. Nothing too fancy, but I think we're probably going to have like a maybe not that dark. There we go. An in the forest thing. What on earth is this song? Interesting. These are all new songs that I've put on. Oh, that's what it is. Let's just move to the next one and then get rid of that. Because that doesn't quite fit. There we go. I'm not really sure what I'm doing in this foreground thing. I was thinking of having like trees and it being kind of like an aisle. Hey! Thank you, Cognitive Bard, for gifting the sub to Zone 3 Gamer. Let's get some bees in the chat for Zone Gamer. Feel free to spam your bees. Taku Kitty, thank you for the follow. Welcome into the adventuring party. Bees. What would you prefer, Otaku? Otaku or Kitty? How you doing? Let's start by cleaning up my line art, actually. Yeah, wiggly mushrooms. Play with all the emotes. Guys, that's what they're there for. Taku is good with you? No worries. Thank you very much for coming and checking out the channel. So what brings you to the channel, Otaku? And be honest now, was it the feet? Was it the feet that brought you in? They look cooler when they're bigger. I'm a simple woman. You see mushroom art, you click on it. Yeah. Not the feet. Fair. Yeah, mushrooms are cool. We love mushrooms. Can't go wrong with a good mushroom. Totodile is #1 Pokemons. I don't know about that. I like Totodile. Totodile is a damn badass. But I don't know if #1. Yeah, mushrooms are pretty fucking awesome. Can't go wrong with mushrooms. So we are drawing a stinkhorn, which looks like this. Fellow Aussie. Oh yeah. We've been drawing sexy pin-up mushrooms for the past few weeks during our art streams. So we have our lovely Morel here. We have a Redcap. We have a Fly Muscaria. And now we're doing our Stinkhorn. Equal opportunity pin-ups. Oh, thank you very much. We try and make sure that everybody is represented in their sexy, sexy forms. I am usually a traditional artist, so I do a lot more traditional art than I do digital art. But I've been enjoying playing around with these, so we may do more digital art in future. We'll see. You're a weirdo US guy. You honestly don't remember how you met me? You just hung around. Was it Pokemon? Was it Pokemon that was the first stream? I don't remember either. I'm gonna have to look it up. Okay, so hydrate first. We'll go hydrate first. And then Cognitive Bard has redeemed Numerous Order. He's already a member of the Numerous Order. So, I don't know why he's asking to become one. But, if you would like to follow the teachings of RNGesus in the Trials of Fate and Chance, you can do so. If you like numbers, if you like games and chance, if you like gambling, if that sounds like a thing you're into, then you could join the Numerous Order. It is a religious order of followers of chance and of the fates and of mathematics. So if you would like to join that today, just let us know. We can roll a d20 on the stream for you and see if you manage to make favor with RNGesus, the great god of numbers. And if not, you can always do it again next time. Cog is smarter than you. He has memory. Yeah. The rest of our memories are just not good enough. We've got very poor memory. So yes, Otaku, if you would like to join our cult, please do let us know. It doesn't currently feature a lot of mushrooms, but it could. He has an upgraded PC. It's got smashed a few times. For copyright reasons. Jesus with a G, yes. If you don't want to join the cult, don't feel like you need to be bullied into it here. For legal reasons, it is a joke. Aaron Jesus, for the Spanish friends. You're already part of a cult of smug. Cult of smug. Now I want to hear about the cult of smug. Okay, so you would like to join up? Well, you need to roll a natural 20 on a d20. So we'll roll one for you on the screen now. Oh, you got a 2. That's almost a 20, but like missing a 0. Smug Gengar cult. Hey. So every single day you can try again to roll a d20 if you would so wish. And once you successfully roll a natural 20 with your d20, you then progress on through the trials. There are 20 trials in total, the first one being rolling a natural 20. And then from there they go through a range of different tasks to complete, which basically revolve around things like gambling and drinking and helping friends and random strangers, going on adventures and quests. And once you have completed all of that, once you have completed your trials, you will then be given a suitably RNGesus-y name based on your career or something important to you. And then you will begin adventuring with the rest of us. You'll begin questing. Going on quests, which is good fun. You have terrible luck with your dice rolls, so it could be a while. Yeah. I'm trying to think who the longest was so far. We had a few people that were rolling for like 4 months, I think. 5 months before they finally got a natural, like every single day before they finally got a natural 20. I clearly need a Pokemon emote now. We do Pokemon streams on Tuesdays. Myself and Cognitive Bard, my lovely bardy friend, we stream Pokemon. We're going through every single Pokemon game, or at least that's the plan. We are currently on the Hoenn region with Emerald version. So if you're keen, you can come and check that out at some point, whenever we happen to be streaming it, which is usually Tuesdays. You're still rolling. There you go, Zone. You would be the longest then, I would think. You take that title. But so far, no one is officially named in the order. Everybody is still completing their trials. Me and Lizzie Bell are working on our alcohol brewing. So I have brewed up some mead, and Lizzie Bell is going to be brewing up some flower wine, which will be good. I'm just waiting for mine to rack at the moment. Bluebird has a Pokemon emote. You liked her bird better? Yeah, fair. She is doing real world adventures and real world battles at the moment. So she has not been streaming as much We hope she'll come back soon and stream some more, but we just don't know. It is entirely on her when her need and want to stream again happens. Yeah, experimenter used the Valheim brew to what would be the correct word of this? To manipulate his way forward. He brewed a digital brew using Valheim, which was a nice workaround. We hadn't considered that, so he got away with doing it. But I think the rest of us wanna have a brew that we can actually drink ourselves. So, but no slight to him. He completed it. He completed the task before the rest of us. So, kudos to him. It's a little cold in here actually. Bit chill. There is my Instagram, ladies and gentlefish. If you would like to go and check that out, please feel free to do so. A lot of my awesome art is up there. It is pretty much all traditional. But I like what's up there. I think it's a good display of my stuff. Loopholes are totally encouraged. Oh, cold tea. It's because Ghost. It's not because Ghosts. How dare you even suggest such a thing? What an asshole. If you had your license, you would send us all some peach wine when you're finished. Should be done around September. Ooh. Peach wine. I don't know what the legality of shipping alcohol overseas is, especially if it's home brewed. I know there's some funny things about, like, you definitely can't sell your brews if you don't have licensing for it and if you don't have the proper setup. But you can give your brew away for free, but I don't know about shipping it in the mail. Because yeah, otherwise that would be fucking awesome. I would swap you mead for my mead for your peach wine. Because now I'm just thinking like a soju. I would totally go a soju. Love me some soju. US just says you have to have a liquor license. Fair enough. So you can't even, like, give away your alcohol to friends or whatever if you don't have a license. Australia's pretty good for things like that. Like, if you're, I don't know, at a party or whatever, as long as you're not making money off it, you can pretty much have and bring whatever you like. There are some specific laws around distilled alcohols, but mainly because they can cause some significant damage if you don't use them correctly. But I'm pretty sure it's just that you have to ensure that you're not creating like methanol or anything. It's not like you have to get a license or anything for it. But it does change from area to area, so that's not a consistent thing across all places. Which in itself is frustrating, but, you know. C'est la vie. Licenses to cover shipping issues. If I take the bottle to your mum, they don't care. Okay, yeah. So yeah, within the state or within the country, it's fine. Cool. Well, you know what that means. Zone 3. It means that we just have to come to you. We clearly just have to go on a trip to America, get munted on peach wine. We'll visit Max while we're there as well. Sounds good to you? Hell yeah. He still needs to sacrifice his brew. He sure does. He needs to do a ritual of some kind, I believe, as part of it. Lizzie Bell is pretty keen on visiting every country. Every continent, but also every country. So that's a thing that we will be doing eventually. So when we're in town, might as well come see you. You just bought a new house. You have a fire pit in the backyard, so we can sit around the fire, have some drinks, and make some s'mores. I'm so on board. Let's do it. Honestly, nothing would make me happier than that. It sounds like a fucking awesome time. I'm a scout, like old school, so s'mores and sitting around a campfire, for sure. You just checked. Valheim Ritual will have to get on top of preparations for that tomorrow, for sure. Cog, you are the ritual. Sounds kinky, I'm in. So he's got to somehow use the mead to seduce him. As long as he's there, it's always going to be a ritual? Yeah, true. True dat. Can't argue with that. Alright, let's start. Doing this up a little. We're going to start with that dark, I think. Size it up a little, turn the hardness down. Because we're going for a sort of a Morelli type wrinkle pattern in here. Not quite 20, 13. That's a little better. We had the problem last time with this morel that we went over it a little bit too heavily with our lines, so you can see the massive difference between the texture up here and then the lack of texture down here. A very soft tone, very hard texture at the top. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. So we're going to go with this kind of softer, this softer draw in, and hope that that kind of does the trick with it. Apologies. What time is it? 10:50. Still good. Plenty of time. I don't know when we're going to stream to tonight, but the internet is now finally actually holding up, so we're going to make the most of it while we've got it. This place is kicking today. It is. We've got a fair few people kicking around. It's nice. It's better than my ranting streams where we have like 2 people in here and I'm essentially yelling into the void. Ah, it's good. I'm enjoying having everybody here and all the interaction. Makes things much more fun for everyone. So thank you everybody who is watching, who is chilling, anybody who's lurking in the background, thank you very much. Anybody who is chatting in chat, super appreciate it. You don't get to visit anymore. Yeah, I've noticed it's been a while since you've been kicking around. Is it just that, so work's been busy? Has it been like much more busy than usual? Or did you sort of try and sneak some time in previously? I know you like my rants. But it's whether everybody else likes my rants. Because boy can I rant at a time. You got taken out of your office position and moved into a position where you're on the road a lot. Right. That makes sense. Well, yeah, that would stop you from watching. It's a shame. I mean, as long as you're enjoying it, it's a good thing, but you don't get to watch or listen much while you're at work. That's fair. I guess you kind of can't really have Twitch going while you're driving. If it was just like a podcast or the audio or whatever, it wouldn't be as bad, but like Twitch is kind of a little bit, requires a little bit more interaction and viewing than anything else, so I can see how it would be difficult to like do that while you're driving. And then also obviously like explaining to, if a police officer happens to stop you, or like if your work notices for whatever reason that you happen to be online a lot. Where do we want our light source to be from? I think we want to do a light source from the top. So we'll give this a go. Come down to 8. Turn the hardness down even more.
Listen!
Hey, listen. Oh, Navi. Bane of so many players' existences. Get here as much as you can. Yeah. And we appreciate it. For sure. You had to make sure it was a Navi sound and not something crazy. What crazy would it be? Trying to think what other crazy hey listen it would be. You're like, listen here, you little shit, or something like that. That would make sense, I guess. Especially for me. You don't know the world's a crazy place? Yeah, no, fair. And anything that's like mine, anything that's from my channel, is probably gonna be sufficiently crazy in some degree. So, fair. Fair that you would check. Could be Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, I don't think that's really my, like, aesthetic as much, but I guess. We do a fair bit of swearing on the channel. That was the wrong set of color. Let's just delete all of that. There we go. And go from here again. There we go. That's better. About our premiere on the 30th, we have a premiere of our D&D recap videos that our lovely Cognitive Bard has been making. So there's one already out on the YouTube, on the Odd Tubs, on the Bard Tubs, and we have part 2 of the story coming out on the 30th on Sunday. Which will be a fun stream. D&D stuff. Oh, stretch. Alright. Stand up and stretch. Oh, my back cricked. Needed that. Yeah. So we've been playing a D&D game, well, a series of games actually, in the same world for quite a while now. And and Cog has been making little animated video recaps of those games, which is super exciting. And the next one comes out on the 30th. So if you're keen, come check us out on the 30th. We're going to be live streaming it. And then it will be obviously up there for you to view afterwards. We are also going to do some D&D stuff on the streams sometime this year. We haven't figured out exactly when. But we're going to be doing that, and as things sort of progress through, we'll be doing some online D&D games. So if you're particularly keen to join up, you could join our games at some point. Yeah, it's going to be 8:30 our time, which is Australian Eastern Standard Time. If you're keen to check that out. That goes for everybody listening into the chat. If you would like to come and watch, you are most welcome. Everybody is most welcome. What time is it here right now? It is 11 p.m. at the moment. I don't remember off the top of my head what America's time difference to ours is, especially because you have different time zones for your. You have Central Time, Pacific Time, and something else. Is that correct? Something like that. This stream is sponsored by Lizzie Bell. She's definitely human.
I am.
There are a whole bunch of artists that you should check out. Their art streams are wonderful and they are lovely people. They all do vastly different sorts of work, so if you would like to, go and check each of them out. If art streaming is not for you, then why are you here? And there is our Discord if you would like to join our Discord. It is not just mine, it is our whole little streaming communities. So if that interests you, feel free to join up. We would love to see you there. We post a lot of content. We do our stream announcements, any updates of interesting things that happen to be happening with us or the world. We do some May posting. I do a lot of art posting. And if you have artworks that you want to share, you are more than welcome to post them in the art section. Love to see what you have been working on. Everybody out there in Stream World. Just look up a translator for your time and city time. Yeah. 16-hour difference because it's 7 a.m. for you. Ooh. Yeah, so we're on daylight savings mode at the moment because it is summer here. She's looking pretty good at the moment. The momento. You are still the full back part of daylight savings, you think? Who knows anymore? It's just one day a year. I get an hour more sleep than the rest. That means it'd be fairly early or late in one of the time zones. Yeah. Yeah, it's not ideal. But unfortunately that is how time zones tend to work. Alright, I need to size this down. How many more sexy mushrooms do I have to go? Let's just put that there for a second. There we go. I have, I think, these two more, and then I want to try this one, but I don't know exactly how I want to do that one. So I'm almost done. I've got sort of two more to go. But I'm probably going to do some of them off stream. I think I'm not going to subject my stream to all of them. We'll move on to either going back to traditional art or moving on to some other interesting digital art, I think. I mainly started doing the sexy mushroom thing as a joke, because I wanted a way to capitalize on the lewd art thing, and I wanted to have some stuff ready to go for Nude World Artist.
And you just wanted to draw mushrooms.
And I just wanted to draw mushrooms in a way that I thought would get interesting viewers coming in, but it didn't really seem to do that. The mushrooms got a couple of people in. There were a few people who came in being like, oh, mushrooms, but no one came in being like, oh, the like sexy ladies or the sexy men, which is entirely what I thought would happen because Twitch, but apparently that's not a thing on Twitch. I need to like do ear licking ASMR or something, and that's how I apparently get all of the views. I'm joking. But yeah, so we won't be probably doing this for too much longer. That's okay. You'll enjoy watching what you can. Yeah, that's right. If you can't join at the time, you can always watch it later on, or you can watch the VOD of us live streaming it. You came in because of the booty this morning? Okay, well, there you go. I got one. That's all I need. As long as I get one, I'm happy. Yeah, we definitely got a horny boy last night playing Pokemon. What was that about? That was uncomfortable. As much as I'm, like, drawing ridiculous things now, that interaction was just weird. Wildly uncomfortable. It was clearly a troll, just being a shit. But they kept calling Cog Daddy. And just pushing boundaries constantly. And we warned them, and yet they continued to be a troll and a shit. So then we ended up having to like mute them and then ban them. Yeah, it was not a great time. Mainly just because we were so confused. Like, I don't understand the daddy thing. It's not for me. but it doesn't make me like wildly uncomfortable most of the time. It was more just that I had no idea what was going on, and they just kept pushing the joke even after we were like, yeah, it's not really funny because we don't understand what's going on. So why don't you just like actually sit and talk with us, and then maybe we can like both laugh back and forth. And that will make the stream more interesting for us. It'll make it more interesting for you because you'll be involved. But instead, they decided that they just wanted to keep making inappropriate comments and being weird. But hey, you know, whatever floats your boat, I guess. Used to play WoW, and you remember one time these people were doing virtual adult things through the chat. You got confused about how that would work. Yeah, apparently that was a big thing back in the WoW days, when WoW was more of a thing in the nerd community. But people used to do, yeah, they used to have cybersex, virtual sex with their characters. Because there's people who spent their entire lives in WoW. They, like, got married in WoW. They did the sexy times in WoW. They, you know, devoted their entire life to it. And hey, good on them if that's what they want to do with their time. It's kind of living. Full of sass tonight. Going full experimenter. I know he keeps apologizing for that, but I actually do find it quite entertaining that he is so sass and then feels bad about it. I guess it's probably the endearing thing of he does actually feel bad about it and like checks in. So if he didn't, he would just be an asshole. That's probably the trick with it. Because if he didn't, I think we would be entirely less accepting of the amount of sass that he's been putting out lately. You don't judge, but you were really confused at the time? Yeah, totally fair. Sorry to say, Cog, you apparently have children now in the Pokeverse. Mazel tov. Congratulations, Cog, on your acquisition of these children? Does it get a little nasty? When he realizes he pulls back? Yeah. That's it. As long as he pulls back, I think that's all we really care about. Yeah, he definitely has his moments with Naralina. There's some moments there where I'm like, oh, you probably shouldn't have said that. I'm pretty happy to let them sort it out. So a bit of random knowledge. Going pro with Call of Duty. You're that nerd. Congratulations. Looks like you have to do a Sea of Thieves stream day. If only so we can raid Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm talking about Wednesday seems to be his Sparrow day. Right, okay. Okay. Well, yeah, we can swap out an art stream for a Sea of Thieves stream at some point. Don't know when that will be, but we'll have a think, have a look in the book, see what we can do. All right, let's have a look how she's looking. Not bad, not bad. We're getting there. Alright, let's clean up. Looks like saving your you'll be saving your channel points in here for a while so you can get a custom artwork of a potato. Like in the suggestion box. I can do you a potato. I'll do you a potato, my man. Don't you worry. It's going on the list. Where's my list? Here, see, here's my list of all the things I need to do. I'm gonna put potato artwork on it. Potato. Done. You don't need to save up your channel points. I'm doing it already. What kind of potato would you like? So we've got different breeds of potato. But then also you have different options in terms of how you want your artwork to be of the potato. Do you want it to be like one of these pin-up artworks? Like a pin-up potato? Or do you want it to be like a cool, like, cartoony potato? What you thinking? What you thinking, my man? Whatever is my favorite. You're not picky. Okay. Alright, I'll think of something then. I'll come up with something. Just need them patats. Yeah. Fair. Well, don't you worry. We can get you them patats. Them patats are inbound. It's the time. 11:17. Cool. We're still good. We're still crackling on. Crackalacking. Could also win one of our mini gambling games and have a custom artwork made that way too. Yeah, that's another option. That is definitely another option. I mean, it's already on the list, so you don't need to worry now, but if you wanted multiple potato artworks rather than just one, that is a way of getting more. Like when we were doing our Minecraft stuff and offering up art. You haven't been here in a while. Our streams have grown so much. They have. They have developed. I've been doing a lot. But I think that's important. I think, you know, streams in general should grow with your audience. And then also, like, you can't keep doing the same thing all the time. The next one will be who can catch the most trophy fish in Sea of Thieves. Yes, we're gonna do a full fishing stream where we don't do anything but fish. We'll get like I don't know, whatever it is, merchants, I guess. And we'll just fish. That's the rule. You can't fight. You can't do anything but like sail around and fish. That'll be the rule. So like you can't even defend the ship because you're not allowed to attack it. Don't you call me out! How dare you, Zone 3 Go? Yeah, his is in channel points redemption now. Mine's there. I've got a hydrate. I also still have my old hydrate command, so if you don't want to spend the points, you can just type in !hydrate and I'll fucking hydrate. I need to consequentiest? Yeah, fair. Alright. I'll think about it. If I was gonna do it, I kind of want to like make it my own. But I'm not sure exactly how I would go about doing that. So I would need some time to think of how I would make the quenchiest quench that people could have and redeem. With my brew when it's finished. Exactly! That's technically a dehydrate, but, you know, I'll allow it. We do have our drinking games on here. So there's that. I'd have to get my own cactus cup? Yes, I would. I would have to get my own cactus cup, for one. And then I would have to get my own, like, quench cactus something. I don't know. I'm not sure if it will be like a sound or a video or something, but just something to, like, delineate it from the standard. Like, I don't just want it to be a quote from the show. I want it to be, like, more. Because that's your thing. I don't want to steal your thing. I want to come up with my own thing. Yip yip. That's it. You know, here's something wild that's gonna like entirely change your view of this. I haven't actually finished watching the series. I never finished Avatar: The Last Airbender. Could do a sound alert thing. Soka says it. Well, that's what Cog's got. He's got a sound. He's got a sound thing that that like plays when he gets a quench command. So that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to just be stealing that off him, because it would be exactly that. Because I know it is in the sound alerts. I know you can get it. You can play it in the sound alerts. I could do a different avatar mean. I could. This is true. Or I could do a different. Like hydrate one. But I am tempted to just like record my own. Fucking hydrate, you bastards. Or something. Whatever strikes my fancy, you know. You could give me Secret Tunnel. Yeah, you definitely need to catch one of Cog's streams. He may be streaming tomorrow, depending on how things go. So same time tomorrow, you might be able to catch him, unless you're working. That's the problem. We usually stream during what would be your morning. So it's not great timing. Still waiting for them to finish the live action version of Last Airbender. They started it and didn't finish it. Makes you upset. Do you mean the really terrible movie? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the secret reveal, secret tunnel. No, you can keep that one. I'll come up with my own, don't worry. Because that's dangerous. That's a dangerous game, my man. You didn't actually find it terrible? Fair. I've seen it a few times. It's not as bad as some people say it is, but it's not good. It's definitely not as good as the series. And again, that might just be a personal preference thing, but I didn't find it as good as the series. So I wouldn't be in favor of them continuing that. I would say start again with something better. I don't know, it's hard not to shit on it. I know it doesn't have to be a deep dark secret, but like then you get into the thing of like always having to tell a secret, and then like, you know, trying to keep track of. My brain isn't good enough for that. I couldn't keep track of the things that I know or don't know other people know or don't know. It will be way too much effort. You ate X for lunch? Yeah, that's not a secret reveal. That's stupid. I would then like, force myself to make it worse. That's the problem. Like, I'd have to challenge myself with it. And that's never going to end well. Alright, so that's approximately where the veil's going to be. Now I'm going to rub all of this out. But I know it's approximately there. Cool. I don't think I want it to be straight white, actually. I think I want it to be... that. It's more like looks more like a hat than a head. Yeah, a little. It's in the disclaimer. Make a list of secrets and then you tick them off. Yeah. Maybe. Alright, seems like a lot of effort. Seems like a lot of effort for not a lot of payoff. When instead I could do something entirely of my own devising. I've just got to figure out what that something is. Or I could do something different with the secret tunnel. Yeah, that's it. And that's a possibility. We'll see. I still think you should keep secret tunnel. I like the idea of your thing of revealing a secret. I just don't think it's for me. I think that's my style of thing. People don't need to know my secrets. They're my secrets. I have a list and I'm checking it twice. Got to find out which of my neighbors is smoking ice. Hey, just messing with us. Yeah, meth is one of the biggest issues in our area. Because we're in a poor, small country town. So they have nothing better to do than get fucked up on ice. And, it's a bit of a problem. campaigners coming to town. Meth and fentanyl are going crazy around it. Yeah, I've heard a lot about fentanyl issues with fentanyl. It's a bad time. Don't do it, kids. Not even once. Meth's also pretty fucked, let's be honest. Gone are the days of the fun drugs. But yeah, in all honesty, fentanyl is really bad. Like, you can overdose off the tiniest amount, and because it is strong and effective, and it does actually get people fucked up, it's being laced into a lot of drugs, and it's causing a pretty big issue in a lot of communities, a lot of drug-taking communities. So if you're out there and doing the drugs, be careful, kiddies. Also, don't do drugs. Stay in school. Stay in drugs. Don't do school. Drugs are bad, okay? I mean, that's the only reason why I've never done drugs, because Mr. Garrison. Was it Mr. Garrison? It's, or, no, it's, what's that character's name? Mr. Mackey. Mr. Mackey is the one that says, don't do drugs, McKay. Because drugs are bad, okay? Just don't do them. Reject drugs, lick rocks. Absolutely. If you could choose between drugs and licking a rock, why would you not choose the rock every time? Lick rocks, guys. Be better. Go further. Lick rockier. Your wife brought this salt lamp. You randomly walk into the living room, lick it, and then walk away. Absolutely. Go further, manager at Macca's. Now, is this going to blur everything? Or just this layer? Can't tell if it's blurring everything or just the layer. I think it's blurring just the layer. Yes, it is just blurring the layer. Cool. Hey! Okay, so that's an option. That's a thing we can do with the veil. But what I think I'm going to go is go over it all with a slightly larger brush and a lower opacity. Feather the edge this way. You used to be a manager at McDonald's. Hey, learning new things about you. I have never worked in fast food. I have worked in... I've worked as a bartender, and I've worked as like a gourmet food not like a restaurant, but like a wholesaler. And I've worked at a service station, which is not food, but it did have food prep and food handling shit that I had to do. But I have never worked in fast food. I skipped that, luckily. Because it is a heinous job. Am I going to do the lace shading underneath the veil? Yes. And here's the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to select on this layer this. I'm going to invert the selection, and then I'm going to go down to another layer beneath it and color behind it dark, so that I don't need to worry about going out of the lines or anything. I can just do it really quickly. It won't be perfect, but it's a quicker way of doing it. I do also need to do the background as well, all of this, so that it's in 3 dimensions, and that's going to be a bitch. I also need to do the drop shadow, which might be what you meant as well. So on the actual, on this color underneath, I'm gonna have to put some drop shadow on there as well, which is gonna be tricky. But hey, that's what we're here for. Making cool art, even if it's difficult. Still have to figure out layers in digital art? You don't have it figured out and messes you up. I mean, they're not too difficult to, like, having the different layers can be confusing when you first, like, start working with it. But if you just imagine them as like in a light box, having transparent films that just lay it on top of each other. If you just think of it that way, then that's sort of the easiest way I've found to sort of wrap your head around it. Whichever one is on top is gonna be the one that shows through. If you have anything that's semi-transparent, like if you turn the opacity down or use an airbrush or whatever, then the colors beneath it are going to show through, and it's the trick with layering is about layering them on top of each other, so actually stacking them together. Naming them is super useful, so like you can see I've named all my layers here so you remember which is which. And then if you can learn to draw without the layers first, it becomes much easier to then use the layers, because you can just draw like you normally would on each layer, and then you can manipulate each layer independently of each other, which is super handy. Because like doing all the shading and the shadowing and stuff, if you fuck it up, you don't have to like go, reverse back and back and back, because you can just manipulate just that one layer, which makes things much cleaner and nicer. What you need to do, you need to get yourself an onion and slice through it carefully and examine all the layers it has. Then you'll cry because you'll never meet your own standards and you're your own worst critic. Oh, that sounds like a call out for all of us. How dare you? Love. How you doing?
So that's good bit.
Oh, bedtime.
Yeah.
Time is it? 11:44. Okay.
I've been up since 5 a.m.
You have been
Just
up
a
since
reminder.
5 a.m. That's totally reasonable. I mean, it's not reasonable. It's ridiculous, but it's reasonable that you're tired.
Exhausted.
Yeah.
And developing a headache.
Oh no. Take some Panadol.
I just need to sleep.
Okay.
I'll just sleep. If it doesn't go away, then I'll take something.
Okay. Well, I shouldn't be on too much longer. I'm just gonna finish this.
Stream as long as you like.
I know.
Have fun.
Love.
Good night, stream.
Isabel says, good night, everybody. Onion helps the tears flow because we've been socially conditioned not to cry. Oh,
That's depressing.
how dare. That one's a little too close to home. Gotta be a big strong man, so you gotta cut an onion so that you have a reason to cry. That's like peak toxic masculinity. A therapist would have a lot to say about that, I think. I can tell I'm getting tired because I've sort of stopped caring exactly how this turns out, and I've started just like being like, yeah, that's close enough to where I meant it to go. I'm just gonna do that. But I do actually want to get all of this in before we pack out. So I'm gonna try and stream until midnight, and then we'll raid into someone else. See who's on. Barrow will probably be on. We could raid into Barrow. Or Mao if he's still streaming, which he probably should be on a Wednesday, midday. Not midday, midnight on a Wednesday. He's usually streaming at that time. Zone 3 Gamer says, good night, Lizzie Bell. Get some rest. You haven't slept at all yet, and it's almost 8 a.m. Zone 3 Gamer, go to bed, man. Go to bed. Get some sleep. Look after yourself. You're important. You need to look after yourself. But yes, totally go and get some sleep. Cog says sleep well.
Thank you, Cog.
Alright, where is my... Not there. Okay, filter... Let's have a look at what the Gaussian does now. Kind of like that. It's pretty good. Just become a blur. 150, I think, is where we'll put it at. Cool. That's looking pretty good. We're gonna just come in here and blend out some of this. Just get rid of the excess pieces that entirely aren't supposed to be there. There'll be no extra streams this weekend, though there haven't really been any extra streams recently anyway, so it's not too much of a fuss for people to worry about. But we're down in Sydney this weekend, so he will not be available for random extra streams. So it'll just be the regular stuff. Just our Thursday, and then back again on our Tuesday. I'll probably try and get some extra art done on Monday, but I don't think I'll stream it. I think I'll just focus on getting it done. Still on Discord to chat if it hasn't got too late by the end of the stream. Nah, it should be fine. I probably won't be able to stay on for too long, but I'll be able to come on for a little bit. That'll be good. Catch up. But yeah, we'll aim to bail on this at 12 o'clock. So we'll just clean up as much of this as possible. And these last few momentos, 10 minutes or so. So let's add another layer. It's going to go underneath the veil layer. We're going to go boop. Nope. We're going to go boop. And then we're going to select the inverse of this. There. And then we're going to go this. We're going to go probably not black. We probably want to go the dark. This one, that one, the dark grey. And then we want to brush, put the opacity down, put the shape fucking massive. And zoom out just a little. Let's see how this do. So that's one. Two. Let's make this a little bigger. Oh, size 1, that'd be why. That's it. Alright, let's have a look at that. So, it's not bad, it's not bad. So I think we want to back. There we go. And we'll darken it 2 more times. Check that out. Yeah, okay. That's the trick, I think. And then we also want to do sort of a 3D-ness bit. So we're gonna do the background of this one. So we actually want to put it beneath color. And this is veil Veil back. Because what we'll do is we'll actually turn the opacity down. Probably not that much. And don't know yet if this is too much for the veil. I don't know if it's just gonna be messy, but we'll see what we can do. Because my worry is that at the moment it's too much and it's taking away from let's it'll need cleaning up, but that's an option. Did I see the colored pencil drawing you did last night? I did not, unfortunately. I am sorry. I will have to go and check it out. Is it on the The Instagrams. Hey. Ooh la la! All right, we're gonna show this off. Where are we? What page? Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. That's so much pigment and color in there. That's so nice. Like you can definitely tell and see that it's pencil, but like there's just so much color saturation in that. That's so good. Nice work, man. Love it. I did catch the pastel thing, this one. That was really cool as well. Enjoyed that. Pigment lays down super easy. Yeah. Corn doesn't look like corn. Yeah, a little bit. I wasn't going to judge you for it though. You want to get a good set of soft pastel colors, but they're so expensive. They really are. It's a pain. Things are that expensive. Like, sort of almost unnecessarily so. Alright. Let's at least drop that bit of the veil. Let's drop both bits, and we'll just do some. Well, this is coming across pretty good. Pretty happy with this. let's save it. Oh, it's past midnight. I did the silly. So what is this? Pictures. Mushroom Lass. And this is the bridal stinkhorn. Cool, cool. All right, so we finished off our lovely Fly Mascaria here with that booty, and then we got started on our new one, our Bridal Stinkhorn, which worked pretty well. I think we did pretty good with it. So we're now going to raid out to someone else. You might have a funny channel to raid. If you wanna chuck them in chat, and I'll go and have a look at them. Curdle Games. All right, let's go and have a look. I'm just gonna turn off the desktop audio and see what they're talking about, because I can already see some cursed. They're just singing and... Alright. Fuck it. Why not? Why not? What could possibly go wrong?
Why would you say that?
Getting told off by Lizzie Bell. You've talked to him before? Just does pixel art? Is he a cool dude? Oh god, he's animating just awfulness. I love it. Alright, so we are on for Sandbox Survival Games tomorrow. May or may not have Cog joining us. Other than that, who knows? Next stream will probably be Tuesday after that with Pokemon, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, should be some good fun. For everybody who is subscribed, you can copy and paste our little raid thing, or make your own if you like. There we go. And we're going to go off and raid this lovely person, give them our love and support, and confusion. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being part of our community, and be sure to look after yourself. Self-care is super important. So let's just chuck an elf care in before we go, and I will catch you all next time. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.